Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome back. I'm 𝐒𝐤, this is HighFleet, and I've had quite a few of you ask me to give a slightly slower, more concise overview of the ship work and how to sort of build ships and do stuff in this area. It's fair to say that this is the most unstable aspect of the game at the moment. If, for example, you were to load an existing ship and delete this, the bridge, the game would crash. That's how it currently is. There's a few other issues as well in the game, and we are certainly lacking tools. For example, if I were to build a foot like this, and I'll give you your first little tip here. If you hold the shift key down, it allows you to place a single item multiple times. Hopefully everybody knows that by now. But what would be nice is if I could just copy and paste that, rather than having to rebuild it every single time I wanted to do something. One thing you can do, however, let's just build this out. Let's stick some power on this as well. The way things interact is not necessarily clear to everyone. How have I not got enough power? Do I need two of these things? What? How many things do I need for this leg? I've clearly never built this leg with such a small ship before. Wow, that takes a lot of... I've drawn something I shouldn't have drawn there, haven't I? Let me just undraw that a second. Because I don't want to get banned off YouTube for drawing naughty pictures by accident. Right, okay, so that no longer looks like what it did. Now, you can see here that we've got a section. If you right click on it, you can pick it up and move it around. Now, it would be great if I could copy that and paste that, if I could like flip it so that I could have a left leg and a right leg that match each other, but that's not the case. However, what you can do, if I hold shift, okay, that's not going to play ball. If I hold shift once I've got one item down, you can connect multiple items like so. So if I come down here and oops. So how many of these did I need? 1, 2, 3. Was it 3 power sections? Okay. And I grab the same leg, the same foot. I try and sort of mimic what I've done the other side. So you can see I've got 2 identical items now. This is my recommended way of building a ship. Because you're going to build especially big ships. Small ships, not so much of a problem, but big ships are definitely a problem in the sense that you're going to have a lot of complex items, and once you've built them out, you might think, oh, actually, that needs a little something extra. So I've got 3 parts here. This is my main part. In fact, let's get rid of that and bring the main section of the ship into the center and reconnect that there. So what you can do from this point is right click on your right leg and just attach it to the side. And you can see that instantly connects. Now, frustratingly, that then becomes one item. And the only way to get rid of it is to disconnect it. Now, that in itself isn't an ideal situation, but it's an awful lot better than having to rebuild the whole damn thing. So accidentally, I've separated these 2 items here, if you look. And the legs are especially annoying. You see how I put that back together, but the feet did not attach? There are problems in this section of the game. Well, yes, I'd say problems and areas that could be vastly improved. And that doesn't want to connect there for some reason. It's probably because that section is in the way. There we go. So now I've got a left leg and a right leg. Boom. Okay. So that basically, unfortunately, that is the extent of my tips for the building area. Everything else really does come down to personal preference. I've been building a lot of ships, and they tend to start off small and then grow to gargantuan levels of growth. And the ships I build tend to be enormous, great big battle cruisers. Incidentally, if you want to create a ship and turn it into a flagship, then you just need to add the... I'll put it on screen actually, but it's m_flagship equals true, and you just place that in the ship file. I'll show you how to do that. I'll probably upload another video to show you how to do that, because it doesn't really fit into this particular video. So these are the tips. What I'm going to do, just so you can see the full thing, and obviously I can't delete that either, which is a bit of a problem. So I'm literally having to take each individual piece and just delete it by left click, right click, left click, right click, left click, right click, left click, right click. You can of course reset, and that takes you back to absolutely nothing at all. What I tend to do, and if you look here, I've got the Big Brother. Actually, oh, this is a sneak preview. This is coming in my next Let's Play series. That's going to be my flagship in the next series. You can see it's an aircraft carrier, but at the same time it is a flagship. It carries all our fuel, etc, etc. I actually need to make this fuel area slightly bigger, but yes, I'm going to show you a little something about this, because I've been working on that for quite a while. I actually have I think I have a basic small. Let's have a look. Is that the one? No? Okay, so this is one other tip that I could give you is, I mean, this is a decent medium-sized ship build, and you're probably going to start a lot of your builds in a similar way. You're going to need fuel, you're going to need the bridge, you're going to need some sort of chassis. So this is like, I've built that and I've saved it as a sort of a basic small, and that allows me just to skip the first 10 minutes of a build by having that. But I did think I had, I'm not sure if I've broken, I may have broken it. That's my Big Brother old cruiser with a slight modification on it. Yeah, do you know what? I think I have destroyed it. Okay, not to worry. Alright, so I'm going to build a small ship today. I've got a very loose idea of how it's going to look and how it's going to behave. I'd like to get a big fuel tank in it. Just one. Whether or not that's possible is a completely different kettle of fish. Okay, so we're going to go like so. We're going to go like so. I want this to be fast. I want it to be small. I want it to be agile. I want it to be powerful. That's a lot to ask. It really is a lot to ask. I don't think I've ever managed to build a ship that ticks all of those boxes before. That was the wrong way around. But we're going to have a go today, in the interests of science. Okay, so that's my basic ship shape. In addition to that, I'm going to build out... It's annoying, it won't sit in the middle. So we're going to have to go for these chunky things. And I think, yeah, I'm going to go for double pins there, and we're going to put some legs on it. Let's go for... Are these legs going to be big enough? Very small legs. Small legs obviously weigh less than big legs, so let's go for that. Wouldn't it be great if I accidentally built the most amazing small fighter the game has ever seen? Wouldn't that be wonderful if I just accidentally stumbled across that with no plan or coordination to speak of? Now, it's difficult to tell, but I think that's slightly wonky, isn't it? Supposed to be more like that. There we go. Right, so we've got our basic shape and design. We've got a fuel tank. Range is pretty high. So if I stick some engines on here, let's go for the NK25. Stick them at the bottom, like that. Then you can see we've got a range, unbelievable amount of range, 3,371 kilometers, thrust to weight ratio 4.2, it's not bad, not perfect. Speed 379. Let's jump in there, let's chuck in a couple of extra N25s. And you can see now our speed is an astonishing 7.9 thrust to weight ratio. Range is still 3,000 kilometers. Anything over 1,000 I consider to be acceptable. Okay, so we're not in a terrible state here, but we do have some problems. The most important, or the most critical problems, being right now, at present, we don't have any power. Let's see if one big generator is enough to fix that. Yes, it is. So you can see over here, we've got the size detail, we've got the mass, that's the overall weight, obviously, we've got the thrust, we've got the power, which is 100%. So if I add anything to this, we won't have enough power. Let's try adding a zenith. That doesn't require power. Let me add something that requires power. What requires power? Fire extinguisher? Does that require power? No. We'll figure it out. Something here is going to require... a gun. Let's put a gun on it. That seems like a jolly good idea. Let's go for a basic gun. No, that doesn't need power. That just needs ammo. All right. Goodness me. Ah, here we go. This needs power, surely. Just plonk that on top. Really? I still have enough power. Oh no, there we go. I'm not looking at the right area. So you can see immediately we've lost the power capability. Did that? Oh, that did as well. That took 11% power away. So yeah, one power unit is probably not going to be enough. So we're going to have to go double power unit. What I might do is stick the power units in these sections here. If it lets me. Okay. There we go. There we go. I got this under control. So now we've got double power, and if you see up here, we got 200% of the power we need, which means we can start adding things like that, and the guns, and things will work a lot better. Now you see when you hover over a gun, you've got the circle of capable fire, so it cannot fire. If missiles were coming in this way, that gun could not shoot at them. So we would need to have one gun that side, one gun that side, and now between the two of them we have 100% coverage with our gun configuration. But in this particular build, what I'm actually going for, and forgive me if this is an ugly looking ship, which it might be, what I'm thinking is, or my logic behind this is, that these external walls are like barriers. So I do want some armour on this ship. Not much. 2 snippets on the bottom would be fine, I think. In fact, what we could do, if you hover over any of these engines or whatever, you can see that they've got thrust ratios. That's got 36 newtons of thrust. And if we come in here to the D30, that's got 32 newtons of thrust. But I believe that's going to give us 4.5 thrust to weight ratio, whereas this is going to give us 4.2. So even though this is a less thrust generating engine, it actually gives us more thrust than the N25. So this is consuming fuel. This is considered to be a gas guzzler. Requires 1.3 in power, and it's 6 kilograms of fuel per second, whereas this is burning up 4 kilograms of fuel per second and just needs 0.2 megawatts of power. So considerably less power hungry and considerably less fuel hungry than its theoretically more powerful brother. But these don't rotate, these ones. You can't put these on upside down. I think you used to be able to, but anyway, you can't put these on upside down or anything like that. These are the ones that rotate, so we do need to have some rotating engines. But you can see we've got a thrust to weight ratio now 4.7, which is quite considerably improved over its predecessor. So coming back to the design of the ship, what I'm thinking is something along the lines of this. So that gives us a really strong structure And it also gives us more mounting points to put guns on and stuff like that. So, if these outside areas get damaged and destroyed, that actually benefits us. Now, I'm not sure if this is implemented in the game yet or not, but I would like to think... I don't think I put that on quite right. There we go. I would like to think that when these get shot off, it actually reduces the overall weight of the ship and increase our thrust to weight ratio as a result. That is the theory behind this design. I just had a little design idea, actually. Let's shift this slot over here. Shift the slot over here. Okay, so I'm going to have to work out some form of additional storage area. So let me just, if I can... Yeah, I thought that was going to be awkward. We'll move the feet out, the legs and the feet out for a moment. By the way, you can retract landing gear by pressing the G key. Big shout out to the community there, because I did not know that myself. I complained about it not being in the game, and someone said, oh, you just press this key, and I was like, oh. Then I'm very happy that that's in the game. So I suspect there's other people that didn't know that either. So this looks slightly less sexy than it did a minute ago, I grant you. And this is what happens with most of my ships. It's like, I start building it, then I have an idea, and then that idea evolves, and then all of a sudden we've got a massive ship, whereas I was trying to build a skinny ship. Right, so that's my design. That's my design there. And what I need to do at the bottom here is I need to put in some ammo areas. Looks like 2 is what's required to fill these guns properly. Now, I don't have any evacuation pods. I suppose I could put a couple in. Like that. That keeps people happy. But you see that this has got no power. Oh, no. It's not a power issue. It's blocked by something. So let's just face them down. So you can see when they fire out, there's an arc of fire. So, okay. It'd probably be better to put them at the top, but I'm just going to put them at the bottom for now. Right. I've no idea how well this ship is going to fly. It may be awful. It certainly doesn't look that sexy. But I am going to put some R5s on it. Some Zeniths. And I'm going to have them facing outwards. For the simple reason that I don't want to fly into them if I can at all help it. Now, a tiny little ship like this should not really be going up against 10, 15 enemy units, but maybe it has to, just to see if it's any good at all. So we've got the radar on top. I'm not sure if that's actually affecting the radar. I think it might be. So that's not an effective radar. To make that an effective radar, I would need to put something like that. That's not what I had. What did I have? There we go. Something like that. No? Was it this one? It must have been this one. There you go. So you can see that's almost perfect signal capture, but not quite. But, yeah, okay. I'm just building something for the sake of building something. So, ugly-looking little thing. I don't know what that looks like to you, but let's take her out and test her. Now, this is an area that could theoretically crash the game, so fingers crossed. Right, how many machines are we up against? I mean, look at this. Heavily armoured. Heavily armoured, heavily armoured. 4 gladiators and 2 Navarins. Whew, I need to get underneath these ships. This is another thing, a combat tip. Unless you've got armour-piercing weapons, then you're not going to penetrate this at all. without armor-piercing weapons. So the only way you can hit these and do any damage is down here at the bottom. These have missiles on the side, all these gladiators, so as do the Navarins. So hitting them on the side or underneath, perfectly viable options. Missiles as well become quite useful. This is not as manoeuvrable as I would have liked. Right, let's get some missiles out there. Okay, we've taken a hit, and our first load of missiles have been destroyed as a result. There's another one gone. Oh, wow. Oh, and I forgot to put any... Oh dear. Not the best ship in the world. Okay, what we need here then is more power. So let's consider the option of... Let's consider the option of... what can we do here? Let's change some stuff about. Let's stick these guns on the outside. We're not going to worry about evac pods for now, to be honest. We'll just get rid of those. So evac pods... If I get rid of this. Evac pods on the outside. I think we need greater thrust to weight ratios. Go for a couple of D30s so that our range is still quite high. Thrust to weight ratio is only 4.1. But that's not terrible. So the idea of these external sections are to be shot off. They're not supposed to stay on there. So I guess holding on to the missiles really is a pointless exercise. Just getting rid of them as soon as possible. And then when all this gets destroyed, yes, we have less weapons, we have less ammunition, but it should theoretically be lighter and faster as a result. So the more you shoot at our ship, the more agile and manoeuvrable it becomes. That's the theory. Right. So I'm aiming at my target, and firing missiles directly at my target. I don't know how they missed. Don't get hit by my own missiles, that would be bad. Took my eye off the ball. Oh, took my eye off the ball far too long there. So, how are we doing there? We've lost a couple of engines. We've definitely taken some damage. We're on fire. That's pretty much our fight over. But we did get one honor star. Let's just go back in again. See if we can tweak this bad boy. I don't like the look of it much. Let's bring these out. Is there anything in these? Are these empty? There's nothing in there at all. So I could put these ammo sections up here. Oh, wow, that improves the aesthetics, at least. Okay, so that gets rid of some of the weight. That brings the thrust to weight rate ratio back up. Oh, why are we down on power now? I'm pretty sure I didn't take any power out. Maybe I did. Alright, let's have one head section then with power in it. See, now it's telling us we don't have enough crew. I swear this is a bug in the game because I haven't changed anything, but now we need more crew. Let's save this as... 𝐒𝐤 test ship. There we go. Save that. We'll come out of this for a second. Go back in. Load it up. Now this, see, There we go. There we go. Okay. Right. No, that's not it. Let me try again. Stim UK test ship. There it is. Okay. So, still telling me we're lacking crew. Fair enough. We'll have a double-header section there, and we'll put some crew in the top there. Right, so now we're just lacking evac pods. And that's fine. We can cope with that. We can cope with that. So, I could, I suppose, theoretically, ditch 2 of the engines. So when the outside sections of the ship get destroyed, I still have the 4 main guns in the centre, which obviously have a little bit less coverage because of their position. But let's try it out. So what have we got? Oh my god, 1 Paladin. I'd love to hit it right on top there, right in the flipping bombs. Other than that, we got some 3 Intrepids, a Sama, and a Gladiator, all protected from above and from the side, only vulnerable from below. And of course, they attack us from below, which makes my life a little bit more difficult. It's annoying. Destroyed my own missile. Still forgot to put fire extinguishers in my ship. Let's do that real quick. Let's do that real quick. Let's just have a slight design change here. We'll get rid of this armour. And we'll whack a couple of tool sections there. And then we'll put some fuel gauges in here. Oh, it looks like I've left this empty. Let's fill that up with something that goes bang. Alright, let's go test again. Ugly looking ship, yes, I grant you that. But is she powerful enough to take out multiple bloody Nora? Do you know what I did there? I used the secondary shot to try and clear those missiles out, forgetting that we've only got those 1 missile, 1 gun types. Right, missiles gone. Damn it, I hit one of my own missiles there. Good number of missiles going astray. Astray? Astray. So he shot my missile, I shot his missile. All's fair in love and war. Oh god, I wasn't expecting that extra missile. Okay, I took a lot of hits there. And now you'll notice that I've got no fire extinguishers at all. So either they've been shot off, or, as I've noticed a few times, for some reason some fire extinguishers don't show. Let's just go back to the editor a second here. You can see there's no power issue, so it's not that we haven't got the power to fire them. And if I go straight in there, I tell you what, let's whack a bit of armour on the side of them, just in case that is what blocked, in case they got shot off, like right at the beginning. Let's just see how we do here. Oh, look at that big ugly monkey over there. We're gonna... We're gonna do everything we can to take down that Paladin before, crikey. Okay, we got some stutters there. 1 fuel... See, we only have 1 fire extinguisher, which means the first one is not being recognised or made available to us. Okay. Do we have high explosive rounds? Sure we did. Now we do. Took a hit there. So no fire extinguishers left. Ouch. They're not shooting my extremities off, which is what they're meant to be doing. Or maybe my extremities are just too well attached. Maybe I need to attach them in a more easy to destroy manner. You're on fire. He's definitely on fire. We are also definitely on fire. I tell you what, those external arms are doing a pretty good job of deflecting a lot of the shots that are coming in and hitting us. So considering we were up against some really tough opposition there, we didn't do too badly. So this is not my attempt to show you the best ship you could ever build. It's just an attempt to show you some of the techniques and options available to you. For some reason, one of the fire extinguishers is not recognized, doesn't work. I would like, again, showing you that technique, I would really like, come on, damn it. It is a bit quirky. Stick together, damn it. Ah, this is another problem. Sometimes when you, just by using this the way you're meant to use it, you'll find that all of a sudden you can't click on anything. It's like your mouse has gone to the wrong layer. The best way to fix this, I've discovered, is to drag and click, which highlights everything, go to the main ship, right click on that so you've got the ship, and then put it down again, and then everything seems to work again. So another little tip there for you. Okay. So what I'm going to do on the outskirts of this particular ship is... Do you know, that's nearly a good ship there. That is nearly a good ship. I think, actually, with a little bit of tweak, that could work out quite nicely. If I went like this, and then... no. And then did this and this. I think it looks better, and it also opens up another area for us to put stuff in. And it basically is going to come down to this. It's going to be a case of tweaking and playing and manipulating and trying things out, trying different combos. You know, there's no right way and there's no wrong way to build anything. A lot of people like to say focus on ships that have high torque, low weight, essentially. And there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But not everybody wants to build a ship that looks like that. Some people rather go heavy ships that take a little bit more time and effort to look after. Let's put the guns on the outside and the engines in the middle. A bit of extra protection there, perhaps. So I could even do this now, couldn't I? What have I got there that's... See, that one fits. Why doesn't that one fit? Oh, because I put the fuel tanks in there. The fire extinguishers in there. So where are my fire extinguishers? There and there. So you can see we've got 2 fire extinguishers. Again, if I just changed the shape of that, I could get 2 in there. But what I want to do is that. So we can take 2 direct hits before we lose the outside. Why are they all facing in? That's no good, is it? Half my missiles are facing inwards. Okay, that's much better. What's in there? Nothing at all? Right, let's put some missiles in there. Okay, so that's a slightly different design on what we had. So we come in here and we say, now this is another problem. The whole, you would expect that to scroll, but it doesn't. You try and scroll and it starts moving the zoom level on the ship in and out. You have to drag and click. Things like this is quirky in that sense. So you just have to accept that the game is quirky in that way and just sort of get used to it, really. There is no other way of moving on from that point. Oh god. Instantly missile destroyed. Right, let's restart that. So the sooner I eject these missiles, the better. Because they're just going to get hit and ruined. So there's no point holding on to them. So the sooner I can start hitting my enemies with missiles, the better. Oh wow. Yeah, we got mashed up there. Right, 1, 2. 1, 2. Change my target. 2 missiles on you. 2 missiles on you. That was annoying. 2 missiles on you. Another 2 missiles on you, Tweet. You can have another 2 in the face. And I think that's my last one. Yeah. Okay. So we've lowered the number of enemies. Now we're just down to the main guns. Taking quite a few hits, but our side panels are taking most of the brunt. So the main actual ship is not too bad. Although I've used both of my fire extinguishers now. Oh. Goodness me, yeah, we're taking some hits now. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Literally every single one of those hit me. We have no fire extinguishers left. I think we only have half our guns left, if that. Alright, we are done for. But, what, we took 4 or 5 out with us, I think, on the way? Something like that. And maybe if I'm a better player, then I can actually do a better job of... Oops. I was really hoping that missile would hit the enemy ship. Oh, man. Being up against 10 ships is not something you do very often in the campaign. So this is very much an unprecedented level of damage that we're likely to take. There you go, you can see the right hand side has completely come off. The left hand side is still there. So if we had any intelligence, we would position ourselves over on the left hand side. Yeah, we're proper on fire now. Take this SOB out. You can see, even though we're on fire, we're still viable. We're still a viable opponent right now. We are down, but we're not out, sort of thing. I mean, we are out. We are screwed. Let's have a little play with this. See, as soon as I start playing around in here, I just kind of like get lost in it. It's like, oh, hang on. Well, how many other million things could I do to improve this? Which is how pretty much all of my little fighter ships turn out to be these massive mama ships, purely by accident. It's like, oh no, I've got a problem there. If I just do this, it'll work better. Alright, so now we've got like loads of fuel fire extinguishers. If I come in here and just save that ship, I'm sure nobody's watching anymore, but yeah, that's fine. It's kind of in my own little world here. Right, we've got some seriously hard enemies here. There's only 5 of them. Only 5 of them. 1 against 5. That seems perfectly fair. So that big mama, we're just going to absolutely bombard with missiles and hope that that's enough. Let's see, we lost a couple of missiles there because it took too long to release them. But I think we took out that big nasty one, didn't we? So he's gone. So that's my biggest concern resolved. That was nice, that was a good kill. So that's 2 down, which means we got 3 to go. You can see the damage on our left hand side. Predominantly, and this is the point of this design, predominantly the damage is on those extremities. Oh no, that didn't work very well at all. Let's have a fire extinguisher come in there and put that fire out. I think we just got hit by both of those missiles then, rather annoyingly. So yes, our guns appear to be in a bad state. Our engines are struggling. I think that enemy's gone, which means it's us against 2. If I could just hit a fuel tank or a bomb or something on this guy, then it'd be 1 against 1. If I could just get it 1 against 1, I think we might actually win this battle. Certainly more fire extinguishers seem to be working out in our favour. No, that's not good. And I've just used my last fire extinguisher. Oh, look at that. Job done. I really think I could win this battle. I really think I could win this battle. Let's put everything we've got into that nasty little bugger over there. And we'll put everything else we've got into this little bugger over here. How did that miss? Whoa! Not paying attention. Hit my own missiles, trying to get out of the way of their guns. That was pretty stupid. Flying into my own missiles. Stupid. Very stupid. I'm not sure why the guns are so ineffective right now. So I'm putting everything I've got into that ship up there, but I mean, to be honest with you, it's got so much firepower, it just knocks my missiles out of the sky with ease. So many missiles. So, I mean, we are losing hand over fist here, bits of our ship. We always seem to get an honor star, which means, you know, we did a good job, considering how outnumbered we were. So now I'm trying to fight on the left-hand side of the enemy so that our extremity can take the hits. But unfortunately, they are getting through. Maybe I need to put more protection on system critical areas. If I can just get underneath him here. Yeah, nice. Okay, so there's one left, right? I mean, we're in a pretty bad place. We've only got, I think, 2 engines left. Yeah, we took both of those in the face, and we've lost our guns. Ah, that's such a shame. We definitely had him in the bag. So, okay, I think that gives you a pretty good understanding, at least some understanding of how the editor works, pros and cons of the systems, etc. And I kind of like this protective external barrier thing that I've built. You know, it's a work in progress. It's not really something that I've tested or anything like that. But, and also something I didn't really mention, the position of things is important as well. So if, for example, I were to switch the fuel tanks out from the side and put the engines at the side, that should give us a bit more maneuverability, because forces on this corner here are going to make this move better than forces in the middle here. So this is not going to rotate the ship as well as something like that. It's like if you try and rotate a bicycle wheel from the inside by the center of the wheel, that's harder to do than if you try and do it from the outside of the wheel, from the edge of the wheel. That kind of logic, that is in this game. It does exist in that sense. Should we just have one more go? I just enjoy it. I could sit here and do this for hours, which is a bit of a problem because I've got other things to do. Right. Yeah, we took some hits there.
The enemy has been destroyed. Missile away. Engine overheating. Missile launched. Target destroyed. Missile away.
God, blimey, we're taking some flak today, aren't we? Right, okay, well, I tell you what, maybe just moving the guns to the outside there has made a big difference, because the ship does feel a little bit more responsive. And as a result, we're taking less hits, which means the ship is more responsive in the latter stages. I'm pretty sure we're down to our last ship here. So how many missiles left? No missiles left, but you can see our extremities still exist. So if I can just get under this ship, we've won this. See, his whole right-hand side is red. Whereas our whole right-hand side is not too bad.
The enemy has been destroyed.
Oh, there you go. So you just keep tweaking with it, keep playing with it, and so on and so forth. Now, I guess at the end of the day, whatever design you come up with here is not necessarily going to behave the same way in the campaign. Everybody tells me this, and it is true. Because here you don't have the fuel consumption situation. You're never going to run out of fuel in the test environment, or so it seems at least. I've never run out of fuel. But we're using 303 tons per 1,000 kilometers, and we've got a range of 1,300 kilometers, speed of 317. That's not a terrible ship right there. You know, bearing in mind this is taking on some pretty hardcore ships on its own, and it's not really designed to do that. That's not the kind of ship you would take into a heavy battle like that, because you just wouldn't have the firepower. And, you know, I mean, there are other things I could do. Like, for example, let's take 2 of the guns out, and let's swap them with... what should we swap them with? Swap them with AK-100s. They should go in without issue, because he hasn't changed the thrust rate ratio. We've still got enough power, etc. But now we have missiles and 2 different types of guns. This is the problem with the game, is you could just literally sit and do this for hours. Oh. Terrible piloting there. Okay, so we're a little bit on fire here. Yeah, to be honest with you, that was not a good start. Let's just try that one more time. One more time and that's it. That's the end of this video. So without flying into my own missiles, or wasting missiles on ships that don't exist. Oh, I nearly flew into my own missile again there. That's it. That's one down. Ah, see, we're already losing missiles by taking hits. Now, a lot of our kills are coming from missile kills, but then, you know, to be fair, so are theirs. Ah! Jeepers, I took some hits there. That was a good little battle until it all went horribly wrong. This one up here, top left-hand corner, that was so close to exploding. I mean, there was nothing left of that ship. Go on then, one last foray. Oh god. Took that one in the face. Right, so that's our missiles gone. What we don't want to do... I can't believe that just happened. What we don't want to do is take hits from above, I was about to say. At the very second we took 100 hits from above. And all our fire extinguishers appear to have been destroyed, which is a bit annoying. So yeah, okay, we're done for. I mean, maybe swapping out these guns sort of worked against us in the end. But hey, do you know what? That's the fun of the design. That's the experiment. Right. So hopefully there's some useful stuff in there. I don't really know what to include in it other than that. I've tried to show you everything. Obviously you've got defense systems like this. Oh, I suppose that's something I ought to mention. A bit late in the day, isn't it? Now there's so many mitigating. I'm pressing the wrong button. I wonder why that wasn't working. So many mitigating scenarios when placing flares. Some people say just place them in one direction, otherwise you're creating a hotbed all around your ship. I kind of disagree with that. I find that that's going to work against you 50% of the time. Oh, I've got those facing the wrong way. What I find is to have a pocket around your ship. That seems to work a lot better. And it's the F key to initiate these.
Missile away. Missile launched. The enemy has been destroyed. Missile away. Kill confirmed.
Oh, the game crashed. That's the other problem with this game. It does crash a lot, especially when you're in big fighty mode like that. Right, that's a super long video that should never have been as long as that. I just got carried away, really, and just, I mean, that's the thing with this game. It's addictive as hell. You just enjoy, if you enjoy tweaking and sort of creating and trying to make better, faster, stronger ships, etc. Ah, man, this is going to just keep you occupied for hours, and that's what happens to me. Anyway, hopefully there's a couple of good tips in there, and I apologise for just going on and on and on and on. But that's how this game makes me behave, and I can't help that too much. Let me know in the comments if you've got any better suggestions, if you've got any questions, whatever, and I'll do my best to help you out. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.